Hello, my name is Matthew from UVic Aero, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to navigate and understand the basics of using the Paparazzi Autopilot software. So when we open up Paparazzi, the first window that we're going to see is Paparazzi Center, which is basically the home screen for the software. For now we're going to ignore this part of the window and focus on the right hand side of the screen. So one of the most useful tools in Paparazzi is the ability to run a simulation, and this will show us how the plane will fly if we were to actually take it out to the field and test it. So the first thing you want to do to run a simulation is look at Target and press Sim, and then Clean and Build. And what this is doing is that it's compiling the code that I wrote in order to run the simulation, and this window is showing us any errors or warnings from the compiler. As we can see, there were no errors, and it's saying that we are done. So the next step is to look at session, and we want to run the simulation, and we press execute. So this window that popped up is the ground control station, or GCS, and is the window that we use to interface with the autopilot in a nice graphical fashion. So I'm going to pull this up right here, and right now we just have a black screen in the background, but we can change that by pressing this Google Maps button, which will fill us in with the location that we are currently at. So as you can see, we have our plane right here called the Snitch 2, and we also have a variety of waypoints as indicated by these blue diamonds. And the first thing we want to do is really simple, just fly the plane. So we do that by going over here and pressing this takeoff button, and then launch. And that's all it takes to get the plane in the air. I'm just going to zoom out. And you can see this little orange triangle right here, which is called a caret, and is basically where the plane wants to go next. So I created a pretty simple flight plan of just the plane going from waypoints 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to 1 over and over again. So it's going to keep looping around here. And I'll give you a good indication of what's the plane trying to do, and you can see how it's actually executing that. So we can also change what the plane is doing in real time in this tab called Flight Plan. So as we see here, this block or task that's highlighted green is the task I call path. And the task path, like I just said, was plane going from waypoint 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to stay highlighted green on here forever because I just have an infinite loop running through those waypoints. But if I wanted it to do something different, I could maybe press this other task that I created called survey, and double click that. And in this case, survey was just survey this rectangle right here by going back and forth at specified intervals. And you can kind of see we're just going to keep following that by still following the caret as well. So it's pretty easy to change the plane's task in real time by using this menu right here. And we also have a variety of sensor data in this section right here at the ground control station. And the most important ones that you want to look at when running a simulation is this value right here, which is the height above ground level in meters. And this value right here is the percentage of the throttle that the plane is using. Another sensor that I like to look at is not in this ground control station window right now. I'll show you how to pull that up. In order to do that, we have to go back to our Paparazzi Center window and press Tools and Messages. And you have to open up this Messages window while the plane is running the simulation. So I want to look at airspeed right here at the top. This value right here is showing you the current airspeed of the plane. So I like to have these windows side by side, so I can see what both things are doing on at once. And let's just go ahead and land this plane. The land left icon tells the plane to go from waypoint AF to TD, and it's going to circle this circle. It'll go around this circle in a counterclockwise motion, and once it hits AF, it's going to descend down to TD. So that's just a pretty simple way to make it land. Additionally, I'm going to cancel this landing and make it go back to the path. Additionally, we can change these waypoints in real time. We have that flexibility. So if you just grab a waypoint and drag it somewhere, you'll get this confirmation window asking if you want to move a waypoint, and it'll also give you the option of changing its altitude. AGL stands for above ground level. So if I click OK, the next time I read it again. So now when the plane is going to go to waypoint 1, it's going to now go to its new location instead of its previous one over here. The only downside to changing the waypoints in the ground control station window is that if I close this window and end the simulation, this waypoint will move back to its original location. So basically it won't save there. And that is most of the information there. So I'm going to go back to Paparazzi Center. And if you want to end your simulation, the easiest way is to click this button right here, Stop/Remove All Processes. And I'll stop anything that's running right there. And the next part I want to talk about is this section right here, which is where all of our XML code is found to configure the autopilot. Right here I have it set to our plane Snitch 2. You can see that there's a variety of planes, and each plane has a different set of XML files. The one I want to focus on right here is our flight plan. I just created a simple flight plan for the screencast and named it screencast. And let's take a look at that right here by clicking edit and then text editor. So this is the XML code right here. I'm not going to go over all the syntax for it. That can be found in additional content such as the Paparazzi wiki online and other documentation that I posted in the Autopilot Dropbox. But the point of this right here is just to make a connection between the XML code and the simulation that we just saw. So kind of looking at this from a overview standpoint and not digging it too deep, we can see right here our task, path that we created, and survey, just in those few lines of codes. And those values were defined up here by each waypoint 1, 2, 3, and they're given different latitudes and longitudes. So if I was to change a few of these values, like so, and then save right here. Let's see how that affected our simulation. So going back to the Paparazzi Center window, I have to once again clean and build my code because I changed it. so it has to recompile, and it's going to go through that again. So now that that's done, we're going to go back to our session and run another simulation. So as you can see, our once nice rectangle has now been moved around, and if we fly this plane again, the plane will now go to those new locations. And so by changing the waypoints in the XML code, it permanently moved those waypoints. So if we were like to close this window and open it back up again, they would still be changed, as opposed to moving it right here in this window where it does not save. I think I moved that guy pretty far. There we go. So that's the basics, just for trying to get an idea of the association between the XML code and how it directly relates to the simulation right here. So that makes it easier to just experiment with trying different things, because you can immediately see how the plane will react to any changes in the code. So I'm going to exit out of here. And that's the basics for navigating Paparazzi. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for your time.